Yeah.
And we act in the typical way, and they say, yeah, I told you. And next week, no, I'm not going to church. That brother said to me, you don't do church like this again.
It was pissing
So
me.
they don't
It was
love
working me.
them, love them into the church. Why again, when we bring the gospel to our youth, we cannot bring ourselves to do the same thing? That is, in terms of the previous slide, working within the context of the young people, the new generation. What radio station do they listen to? What musical style is their heart language? And the question becomes, can we contextualize ministry for their culture rather than forcing them to endure our own? Those of you who are teachers, you know that even teaching methodology is changing. In terms of homework, it's changing. In terms of projects, it's changing. Portfolios, it's a whole new language for those who have been in school, out of school for a while. So the way that children are being taught to think is different. And one of the previous presentations, I asked you the question, when you watch YouTube or MTV, where you watch music videos, I know none of you watch YouTube, only to watch music videos. When you watch a music video, how long does the image stay on the screen? 2 seconds is the average. It's changing all the time. We bring them to church and we say, sit, Sabbath school. Stay in your chair, don't move, don't get up, be quiet, stop playing. They come into church and for 45 minutes they must listen to some person in front there talking about things that have no relation to them. Then they come to Pathfinder's office, sit down, do your work. I'm going to put you in the corner. Right? And then you wonder why we're not excited about church. And they go home and they go to a world where that is happening to whatever they've been exposed to. We talk seconds. But we haven't changed our worship style and our sermon style for the last 120 years. If my grandmother gets up out of the grave now and she goes to our church, she feels like she's been at home. Okay, except for me not having then she'll go back into her grave. So, when we talk about incarnational discipleship, we spoke about incarnational worship. Incarnational discipleship, in some leadership circles, discipleship is the center for education. This is what I referred to earlier, where we pour information into the child, where we pour information into them in the Pathfinder Club, where the Pathfinder Club becomes something of completing a curriculum for graduation, for investiture. Is that what our 10 to 15-year-old ministry has become? Getting through the curriculum. I've got children who have been Pathfinder, grandchildren, Pathfinders, and adventurers in the last few years. And that's all you hear about from them when they come home. Oh, we've got this homework to do. Oh, they had inspection that week. Oh, we must prepare this project. Oh, we're not going to be in church this week because we've got to do this, because we must fulfill that for the federation. People are coming, you know, these big boogeymen, they're coming there to come and test us. Are you having fun at Pathfinder? Is adventures, okay, we are 10 to 15 years. The Pathfinder, is it something where you are learning to enjoy serving Jesus? No, I must learn this stuff. So, in our spiritual leadership within our Pathfinders, what drives us? Is it discipleship? That by some means I might win some, if only one, for Jesus Christ. While passing on information has value, biblical discipleship is far richer and deeper. So while we are ensuring that the requirements are being met, are we building a relationship with those young people? Are they finding authentic relationships with us? Are they finding that we are interested in them and what's happening in their life? That is of more value to them than all the information we can download into their heads. And then we press send, and then we press return, and we wait for it to come out. The best discipleship takes its cues from Jesus' ministry. And he became flesh and dwelt amongst us, and we beheld his glory, the glory of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. I have become all things to all men, that by some means I might win one for Christ. So when we talk about incarnational ministry and discipleship, getting close to our children, being spiritual leaders, being mentors, being friends with them, Jesus was up close and personal with his disciples. You notice besides him teaching them, and there are times where he teaches them. He teaches them in the small group, he teaches them in the big group, the Sermon on the Mount. But there were times when he spoke to them individually, where he showed and knew them individually. Nathaniel, I saw you. Peter, do you love me? What about him? No, don't worry about him. I'm talking to you, it's the two of us now. Do we know the children in our club? Not know their names and which pin they're going for, which unit they're in. Who are the naughty ones and who are the good ones? And we know the naughty ones by name many times. But do we know them? Do we know what's happening in their homes? Do we know the struggles they're going through? Do you know how they're doing at school? Can we ask them when they come back to club next week, hey, so how was that assessment you did? Did you ace that test you did? We don't even know that they did a test. He was part of their lives. He cared about his followers deeply and was there for them when they had a need. Now, in Christ's case, we talk about up close and personal. I mean, he really went beyond what we would normally talk about, being up close and personal. I mean, he lived with them, he traveled with them, he ate with them, he played with them, he made food with them. If any of you have watched the series The Chosen, you would have gotten an inkling as to what the life of Christ fairly accurately could have been. It's a very great lesson that I'm glad to see there's someone else here who's seen The Chosen. Okay, there's a few others. But this was Christ. Do we allow ourselves to become vulnerable with the young people that we grow? Or are we always this upright, straight, cap is never out of place? We can do the salute perfectly, we march perfectly. But how are you doing, my boy? How are things at home? Is your mother better? I know she was ill. Don't worry, can we pray together? As opposed to, did you finish your work? Why didn't you finish your work? You know we have an investigation in 3 weeks' time. You know the federation is coming. Discipleship and not just instruction. He cared about his followers and provided for their needs. They knew he cared deeply about them. They knew that they were more than just a project. And again, it's one of those pauses. They were more than just a project. I can successfully go and we have Pathfinder Day and put my class in front and they are able to recite the memory verses. But what about them as individuals? Do I know them? Have I taken them to McDonald's and said to them, and order something, please, church?